What's up, everybody? It's your boy LeoThePeo for breakfast. I had oh my god, I had the TikTok meal. I had steak and avocado and eggs. I didn't have it on a big cutting board, and it probably wasn't the amount of portions you see on those meals, but it just so happened that, you know, I finished exercising today. I walked 4 miles on the treadmill, and then I rode for 150 calories worth, which is about 20 minutes. And I came upstairs, and my mom went to go see my sister to see my mom's grandson, aka my nephew, aka my sister's son. And she's like, well, I'm gonna make an egg before I go. And then my dad was like, oh, can I have an egg? And I was like, oh, can I have an egg? So she ended up making 6 eggs. It just so happened that yesterday we had steak for dinner, which was really incredible. Did I record? No, I did record my video yesterday. We ended up having steak for dinner yesterday, which is really incredible, but there's leftover steak. So I also had to have steak. And I also, that's my parents show in the background, they just press play. And also I had to have an avocado because otherwise the avocado was gonna go bad. So I ended up having avocado and steak and egg. And they were all like kind of interspersed. They were all one after another, like it wasn't in one big plate. But, you know, once it's in the stomach, it all looks the same. And so, yeah. Then after that, I had some chips, and then I ruined my microbiome. But yeah, nothing else was really going on. I woke up at 6 a.m. this morning, and I walked on. I told you how I exercised. I came upstairs, I ate my food, I took a shower. I brushed my teeth, I ate the food, took a shower. And now I'm up here. I did some schoolwork. I set up image gen. Hold on. Give me one sec. Hello. So I set up image generation on my open web UI. I don't really AI generate images very often, but it was a functionality that I was missing out on, so I set it up. And these are 2 pretty bad images. This one's preferable, right? But you know, I asked it to make it look like it was taken on an iPhone 3GS, and it didn't, which is maybe because of the resolution I asked for, but yeah. Oh, another thing I set up today was check this out. Yeah. So I set up this this function where it hooks into, like, it looks at OpenRouter, like it uses the OpenRouter API, and it looks at like the cost of the input. So it looks at how many tokens it wrote, it looks at the tokens per second of the message, and it looks at how much it costs. And it also did the length of how long it took, which is just really incredible. I'm really, really happy about it. Because this is like the main reason I started using Open Web UI. Like I really wanted to be able to see somehow like the cost of each message, and I found a function that did it, and it worked. But yeah, in regard to image generation, something really weird about this is that it always takes just so long to open up the things that have to do with image generation. So I don't know what's up with that, but when I was trying to, I'm using OpenAI's GPT image generation, like 4.0 image generation, the one that started off like the Ghibli trend. And the reason I did it is because it just seems like the best AI image generation model. I could be off though. And so to set it up, I had to use a special function because it doesn't like it doesn't work through like an API endpoint in the normal way. Like I had to use a function, like a Open Web UI function, and it was really weird. But you know, it wasn't malicious or anything. Like I looked at the code, yeah. So I tried to set it up originally, and it was like, hey, you're not a verified organization. You need to verify your organization to be able to use this. And I was like, that's weird. Okay, I'll verify my organization, I guess. So I went to the OpenAI like developer page, and then I went to the and I was like, okay, click here to verify your organization with persona, And I was like, okay. And then it's like an ID verification system, and I had to verify my ID, so I had to scan a photo of my ID, and then I had to do a thing with my face, and then I had to go like this to show both sides of my face, and then it was like scanning, and then it was like, correct, you got it. You're a verified organization now. And it was crazy. I trust this company persona with my ID because that is just what they do. Like, I don't know, this is just what, like, this is just how their company works. I don't know, like, that's like their entire job persona. They do ID verification, so I kind of trust them for that. But it's interesting, and I was thinking of why they needed it for this, and why they did need it for like some nicer large language models. And I think it's because it's an image generation model. You know, with API access, you can, like, of course, generate hundreds and hundreds of images if you're willing to pay the cost, right? And so it makes sense that they ask you to verify your ID to be able to do image generation, because otherwise, you know, bad actors could generate a lot of images. And not saying that, you know, with a image, like, the thing is that, like, no matter what, there are always going to be bad actors doing image generation, but at least it won't be like, I don't know, maybe OpenAI couldn't be considered legally liable because they tried to do like a ID verification thing. I don't know exactly why they're doing it, but it's interesting, and I think it has to do with it being an image model. Nothing else is really going on. And now I think my Open Web UI thing is like entirely set up, though I say that like every couple weeks and then I add something new. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna get ready for bed now. I hope everybody has a wonderful night, and yeah, see you, dude.